Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Sloniker, and in this video, I'll be going over the design and format of this course on Blackboard. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 502-216-3212. Now let's start by taking a look at the course as a teacher. This is the home page, the first page that pulls up when you get into the course. On this page, you'll find all the announcements, assignments, discussions, quizzes, and folders. Let's look at the example course I have here. I've got all the assignments and discussions organized into modules by week. Just about every week has a devotional, a discussion board, and an assignment. The course also has a pre-test and a final exam. I also have an additional folder with extra credit assignments and additional resources. Let me show you several assignment types from a professor view. In order, I'll start with a welcome announcement. Here we are. And then I'll show you a discussion post with student responses. Next, I'll show you a pre-test with multiple question types. Next, I'll show you a video I posted. As you can see, it is playing. Skipping down here, I'll show you an individual assignment that I have for students to submit a document or text response. Here's the prompt here. And then right here, I have a PowerPoint document for students to download. Now that covers the assignment types and what they look like to you. Next, I'll show you how to add or edit assignments. To add assignments, all you have to do is click this plus icon wherever you want to have a new assignment added. Then hit Create, select the assignment type, and so on. To edit an existing assignment, click on the dots beside it and click Edit. This is also where you can click delete if you need to. Next, I'll show you how specifically to create an assignment, discussion, and a quiz. So if we were to add an assignment, we would click plus, click create, assignment, name it. Again, click plus, add any text documents or questions. Click the gear icon on the top right and go through the settings to determine due date, grading, attempts, timing, groups, etc. Going back, if we were to add a discussion, we would again hit that plus, hit create, click discussion, name it, add any text or documents, click the gear icon, and go through the settings to determine your grading and your groups, etc. If we were to add a quiz, we would again hit plus, create, test, add any of your questions or text or files that you need. Again, hit the gear, go through settings to determine your due date, your grading, attempts, timing, groups, etc. Now let's go back to the home page. At the top of the home page, you'll see we have several tabs. Look at the basic ones you need to know. The first tab is Home, where we just are right here. The second tab is Calendar, where you and students can see assignment due dates. As you can see, I have one due today. The third tab is Discussions, where students can view just the discussion assignments all in one place. The fourth tab is the fourth tab is Grades, where you can see individual students' grades and submissions you need to manually grade. As you can see, 3 students missed this assignment. You can see how many students are participating in the assignments and which ones need manually graded. In order to manually grade, you just click on the assignment and click on the student you wish to grade. Next, the fifth tab is Messages, where you and students can communicate with one another. The sixth tab here is course analytics, where you can see information about student participation, time spent on the courses and assignments, and other stats about the course. Now, if we go back to the home page on the left, open it back up here, you'll see there are several more tabs. The only few you need to know from the top down are roster, where you can view students that are enrolled and add new students. To do so, you would click the plus icon here and add them by email, and this would send them an email telling them they were invited, or you can send them the shareable link here, and they can self-enroll. Next, we have courses and groups, where you can actually create groups for students to complete assignments. Then we have the course availability, where you can close the course once it is completed. Next, we have Blackboard Collaborate, where you can create and schedule live session video conferences. Next is attendance, where you can actually mark, if you choose to, participation as a grade. Next is announcements, as I showed you in the very beginning, where you can make announcements to send out to students. Books and tools is where you and students can view Blackboard help tools. Question banks is where you can view questions you've used before and add them easily to new tests you make. And lastly, student preview, where you can view the course from a student perspective. Before we do that, I need to say one thing. Students see all the tabs, pages, and assignments that you make visible using this eye icon right here. Next, let's go to the student preview. We'll look at how students view and interact with the assignments. Let's go through a discussion, an assignment, and a quiz. So first up, we'll pull up this introduction discussion. So we see the prompt here, and we're able to type in our response and hit respond. Students can also save a draft and work on it later. Students can also, if you choose, you see I have the icon here, I did not allow them to, but if you choose, students can reply to one another. Next, we'll look at an assignment. View assessment. Now this is an assignment, this is not a test, but assignments are grouped under the assessment category. So here we have the prompt, and I have our question here, and here students can type in their response to the question. They can also add any additional text, images, or files that they need, and then they would hit submit. They can also save it and come back to it later. And lastly, as a student, I'll show you what a test looks like. So here's the pre-test, view assessment. Here is the description of the test, and here are all of the questions. Students would type in whatever answer they believe to be correct, click their multiple choice or whatever they need, and they would click submit, or they can save and come back to it later. Now, let's briefly talk about my design of the course and my opinion of the Blackboard system as a whole. As an instructional designer, I designed this course to be as simple and straightforward as possible. 3 weeks each with 3 parts, 3 discussions, 3 assignments, 2 quizzes, and 1 document to download. I also provided a syllabus, welcome announcement, welcome video, weekly devotionals, and extra credit assignments, and additional resources. The course is simple, all assignments are displayed in the same place. Students simply have to work down the list in order. All information and content is provided. I've included my email for any student questions. It's a short, simple, straightforward course. My experience as an instructional designer with the Blackboard system has been fairly good. There were no technology barriers I had to overcome. I had no issues navigating the system or designing the course. However, this simplicity is due to the plain and restricted nature of the Blackboard system. The system forces you to utilize the home page as the main page for all assignments. You can separate assignments into modules or folders, but you cannot separate them into different web pages. For designers or even instructors that prefer a more flexible, open-back learning management system that allows for more personalization, organization, coding, and overall freedom, Blackboard is not that. Blackboard is bare bones basic and simple for designers, instructors, and students. If that's what you need, it's perfect, but if you want to have that freedom in designing and utilizing a course, then look elsewhere. I had other colleagues take a look at the course and critique it, and the biggest recommendation I got was to add alternate text for images, which I did, as you can see. On all of the images, I have alternate text. That's all I have. Thank you so much for watching.